Don, buddy, I'm here to do that video I talked about. So I hope you can see this. It's not so important you see it, but you get the idea of what we're talking about here. And so basically, the goal here is to brand you, not Great Mortgage, but Don McCartney. And Don is the authority in mortgages. I mean, we want to make it specific. I don't want to make it too broad. You are the authority. You are the expert. You are the one to talk to about anything and everything related to a mortgage and how to get one. And I know you're the expert because I've heard you talk enough about it. We just have to put that into a book, a cheat sheet, something that we can give away to attract attention. That's the whole concept behind this funnel, which I'm going to explain in a minute. But I want you to let that sink in. You are the expert, and we want to get that down so we can share it on the internet in all these states you're in now. You can't be everywhere, but we can position Don and brand you so you are everywhere. That's the beauty of the internet. That's what I do. And so I do that for myself, and I do that for some other people, but I know a lot of people that have used this funnel very successfully. So think about it this way. I mean, you know about my book, okay, and this brands me in some way, you know, as a triathlete in my story. But more importantly, I'm writing a new book called Reboot to Retire because I'm trying to brand myself as an expert in helping baby boomers start an online business for retirement purposes because they don't have any money, as everybody knows. Now, your book could be as simple as this. This is by Grant Cardone. Very simple little pamphlet. He positions this as a book. I would tell you this is not a book, but it you know, that's okay. But I have a lot of ideas. It could be the book that I showed you before and we just modify it to be your book, change the contents a little bit. It could be Ask Don. It could be a series of questions that people ask you for answers about getting a mortgage. And I know you've probably got 10 or 20 of the most common questions right at your fingertips. That's a way to brand you. And once we have all this content, whether it's in a book, whether it's on your blog, whether it's in Facebook posts, it all comes back to Don. And now people are going to ask for your free book. Okay, and so that's where the funnel comes in. So this part, this is a funnel here. Now this is the Facebook ad that promotes it, and it won't look like this, but this is a similar one. Very simple, very direct. We offer it to the people looking for information on a mortgage. From here, they go to a landing page where we capture their information, their email address, specifically their name and information. From there, they go to the page where we download the book. We give them the book. It's not for sale. It could be for sale, but we just give it to them because I want to get their information. Now, once we have it, they have the book. The goal here is to get those people to fill out a survey like we did in your other funnel. The same kind of survey where we get information on them. We separate the tire kickers from the people who are more serious because they've given us some information to work with. If they don't go to this point, then they don't get to schedule a call, which is up here with Don. And the way this flows is not important. You don't have to understand that. But the point is, we advertise, we get their email address, we give them a book, they fill out a survey. If they don't fill out the survey, we follow up with a series of emails. This stuff down here is my stuff. But it's all about building your authority. And so this is what I do. This is the funnel, kind of like what you had before, but we advertised differently. I want to brand you and make you the expert. Now, this takes some time, obviously, to put this all together. So you need to be aware of that. You need to plan for that. And obviously, that's got some economics, cost factor. Writing a book is not hard, but it depends if you write it all yourself or if we buy some content, which is called private license rights. You can get this content. I know how to do it. I've got a coach that has tons and tons of this content that we could have a third or two-thirds of your book be content that you didn't write, and then the first part of the book, which is your story, how you got in the business, what do you know about the business, all that kind of stuff. Who is Don? Because I want to brand Don. So I hope this makes sense. This is what I want to talk to you about in person, but it's going to take some time. I want you to be realistic. It takes some time to get the funnel working, to get enough prospects going through there, that we get enough surveys filled out so you have enough consultation calls so you're talking to people. Now, the other beauty of this is they don't all have to be handled by you. Let's say we do this in, I forget, is Colorado or Washington, your two other states? Maybe we get the contact and we funnel them to your rep, your agent out in Washington or Colorado. I mean, there's all kinds of ways we could do this, but again, this is a qualified prospect. This is not the tire kicker like the guy on Google filled out the form on Google Ads or shopping, but you get a lot of weirdos. This is going to be a little bit more personal, and you can make these survey questions even more questions or more complicated questions, more difficult questions, so you get a better quality prospect. Because I know you had some people that weren't that great. We could target people with a higher credit score, things like that. But I also know you've helped people in so many ways, and that's the kind of information that will help Don become the expert in the mortgage business. And Don, that's kind of the idea. So when we get together to talk, I want you to have some questions. I want you to be thinking about this, and we can put it together. All right, buddy? I'll talk to you soon.